Oh, the yeah, the apothecary Terminator. His ability is he sticks a giant needle in you and he heals you.
Yeah.
That is
Go like so much shots, so much uses of it.
I think the higher the diff you get, the higher diff it is, the less you get. But I think they
That's like a
recharge.
special weapon. That'll be like a special weapon. Well, not a weapon. It'll be like a it'll be technically a weapon because I'm stabbing it into people. But you know,
No, you can't use it as a weapon.
charges.
It's not a weapon.
Yeah, you only get
It's a medical tool.
yeah, it's a recharge. Like on other games, you get like a breach charge or something.
But that game, it does get quite hectic. I haven't seen the chaplain class though on there. I've only seen the
What
three.
you said starts with a C, not a chaplain.
No, you got the apothecary, you got the librarian, you got another Terminator, and then you got the chaplain.
That's it, the chaplain. He sells. Got him on 40k on the what's it called
We never speak of Dawn of War 3. I thought you were going to say Dawn of War 3. I was going to say we never speak of it. Ever.
I don't mind it. I don't mind.
Nah, Dawn of War 3 failed bad. They've even gone and abandoned the game.
Yeah. Relic left them. Relic who's been making the fucking first one with them. Fucking left them.
Like even they saw it was a failed attempt. It's not a bad game, it's just not a really good game.
Games together just didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work. And I heard a lot of people didn't like the graphic style. Like way too cartoony. And the animations weren't that good because they were putting a Space Marine squad against the Guardian squad. And the animations, it was just like the Space Marines were just kicking them instead of getting out their knives and sort of like slashing them like they do on Dark Crusade and that. It's almost like it took 2 steps back rather than 2 steps forward.
They just should not have mixed. They should not have mixed Dawn of War 1 and 2 together. They should like number 2. I don't really play it, but it's good. We got like one character and you get like good with
Yeah, the story's good.
like a few little groups.
The story's definitely good for that.
Yeah, fucking Antonio's getting old on it, but then on number 3 he's not really.
Yeah, but Space Marines live. Yeah, but Space Marines live for like thousands of years anyway.
Even though they're just clones.
No, they're not clones.
No?
No,
Soldiers.
no, they're not clones. They're individuals. Because they all have. What they do is like I was watching a video on top 10 reasons why you don't want to be a Space Marine, and it was going through like how they recruit. And what they do is they go to these worlds where people haven't advanced past the tribal era, humans, and they recruit their most strongest warriors. But there are some which recruit criminals and children. And you know this.
People like Antonios. People who are rebellious.
No, criminals, killers, murderers. Basically, straight up fucking killers because they want them to have that brutal mindset. Their Space Marines aren't, paladin. They're not fucking paladins or anything like that. They are straight up murderers. They have a killing. They want them to have a killing personality, which is basically what they have. But yeah, it's like those the servitors, the one that build for them.
Yeah.
They're the failures. They're the ones who didn't quite make it. It's it's the Warhammer 40k universe, bro. Look up being a normal civilian you work 18, 19-hour shifts. There is no medical treatment. If you miss a day of work, your job is then given to someone else. No matter where you are in the 40k universe, your life's gonna suck. And there is no police force in the cities. Like, you know, and the city.
If you're a Dark Elder, you get praised for doing as much pain and dark as possible.
Yeah, but we're human. We be born humans. Frankly, I'd rather be born a human, have my will conquered by Tau, just so I can be indoctrinated into the way of the greater good. Because their way...
Yeah, Tau is the most friendliest.
Well, there's... Well, essentially they're the good guys of the 40k universe. That's what they were created for by the game workshop. They... Yeah, it was good.
The sergeant on your side was a bit of an asshole.
Yeah, well, he's military.
Be nice to those humans. Be nice to them. Be nice to them. They're calling us everything under the sun.
Yeah, but that's... Yeah, but that's because the Tau don't have gods. They have the way of the greater good, and they can indoctrinate other races into that. And because of it, that's why they're the fucking good guys. That's why I like them. Humans are evil.
Tyranids are hive mind, as in you've got one thing controlling everything.
The bow is a ranged weapon you can charge. Focus on your distance while losing air.
Who else is there? Chaos, you show fear or unloyal and you kill. For some reason you want to get raped by a demon, you know, so you get turned into a demon. That's fucked up. Why would you want to be possessed? Like have them completely take control of you.
Yeah, but to be honest, if you look up these videos I've watched, you'll realize that being a servant of chaos is better life than being normal.
Like going to hell, everyone's welcome in hell, just don't have any expectations when going down there. That's what they would say in the book. It's not Bible, the other books.
Like, it really, really is not a good life in Warhammer 40k to be human. The best you can hope for is to be drafted as an Imperial Guard and hope you are killed quickly. That's the best you can really hope for.
Yeah, because if you become the commander, you have a lot of generals and that looking over you.
Well, don't forget, to become a commandant, you have to go to like the commander's school and that officer school. Like, even the doctors in 40k suck. Dragon Piercer. Boom! I like playing the bow.
The other factions, like on the Ultimate Pocket, freaking the demon.
Inquisition. Well, that's basically what they are. They're the Inquisition. Because the Grey Knights are part of it. Because the Grey Knights are just borrowed. They're not actually belong to that chapter. I think. But yeah, it's just like being born a human in the 40k universe just sucks balls. It's like... Yeah, but they're the ones that have been indoctrinated. It's the irony that, you know, their god emperor, he didn't even want to be worshipped as a god. He's still partially alive, even though he's a fucking skeleton on a throne. But he can't, even if he was brought back to life, he can't even leave that throne, because if he gets off that throne on Terra, which is basically the equivalent to Earth, a portal to hell will open up and demons will invade. So his ass is glued to the chair forever, essentially. It's like, I was just reading it, just like, wow, I've been playing this game for years, and I mean, god damn, it sucks to be human. Well, the Eldar live on their ships. Orcs are just spores. Yeah, but in the 40k universe, orcs are just born from spores. They're fungus. They spread. And that's why they can never really be wiped out. Well, you can. I think someone told me if you cut off... No. Because, it don't kill plant life. To stop them from spreading their spores, you have to cut off their hands, I think someone told me. Because that's where the spores spread from. But who's really going to take the time out to go around and cut off every orc's fucking hand? And Gretchen. Because Gretchens are born from the same spores. They'll just burn everything, yeah.
Yeah, they have that weird thing.
The Ecclesiarchy Church.
They've got the same principles as Space Marines.
No, they're like more zealot. Space Marines are corruptible, the Sisters of Battle are almost incorruptible. I was at them to look at like what's a wedding like in 40k. Probably not. I know somebody was asking me why there are no female Space Marines. For kids, because their race is dying out. That just sounds more like a political marriage.
Yeah.
But don't forget, elves, kids take ages to...
Guy on number 3. He's close to something.
Dawn of War 3 seems weird, like they... At the end of it... What's-his-face still gets the spear anyway. Yeah. It just seems weird that at the end of it all, Thingy still gets that spear anyway. The Spear of Cain. Wow, I got my fucking ass kicked there. But I doubt that story will get carried on anyway. They'll probably drop it for a new story.
Rennick was the one that did all like animations and shit.
I know they're making a Vermintide 2, which takes part after the end time, so basically the end of the world. Which looks like a lot of fun because it's not just 4 characters now, it's 4 characters, but then each one has like 3 different class roles. So you can be a Slayer Dwarf and stuff. and you can actually fight chaos in this one.
They'll do more damage with those, but they won't be as many.
I don't know, storm vermin hit pretty damn hard.
Yeah. They're elites.
Yeah.
And the big ogres, they'll fuck you up.
Don't think so. Motherfucker, I got too trigger happy. Monster Hunter. Yeah, there it goes in Bloodborne. When I got the minigun, I do. When I get the minigun on Bloodborne, even though it doesn't do a lot of damage, just like, sod it. This is just like me happy. This is... Yeah, but anything can just rip through them. They're glass cannons. When they get in close, they do a lot of damage, but... They're basically the equivalent to all my mages on, or sorcerers on Dark Souls. Glass cannons. But if they can hit you, oh, you're gonna know about it. And you're gonna feel it. Yeah? Alright. No, I'll turn it off. They added the Devil Joe to this game now, which I need to build up to. Fury Incarnate.
Last time I played it, I actually spent a few hours with it.
I just want to fight the Devil Joe. They added Fury Incarnate to this game.
What are you going to use against it?
Bow. I'm quite fond of the bow in Monster Hunter. And in this one, I love the Dragon Piercer.
Really well with
Insect Glave's not that very hard to use, especially on here. Well, now they've made it so, you know, you got all those air jumps and... Oh. You just gotta know where to hit them. No, tail usually gives healing. It's usually... It depends what you're fighting. It's different spots for different monsters. It's never like primarily attack buff will always... Yeah, it's just hitting it every time can be a problem. That sounds like a Rathalos just having a turf war with him. I keep thinking what would be a cool weapon to add for Warframe. It's so weird you can fish in Warframe. Oh, I can be Mitsunari. That's fine with me. I want to be Mitsunari. I catch it. I want to be Mitsunari Ishida. Yeah. Well, they suit there because they look like wings.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, she's a bird. Wait, she's got her own gun now?
third, like first.
But didn't Octavia's gun have something like that? It had different modes of fire.
Who's?
Octavia.
Semi-in automatic.
The rubber. The rubber. I don't really use sniper rifles on that game. If I'm going to use a long-range killer, I use bow. What are the planes like? Because I can't access the planes yet. Yeah, but it's locked for me at the moment. I assume I have to get to a certain point. Nope, can't access it. It's locked. Unless it's a quest to start first. Yeah, I know where it is on the map, it's just I can't access it, it's locked on the map. I tried earlier. Like, maybe it's a quest to start now? They did update the game since. I can already see one of the changes they made in this update. Instead of just returning to camp and return to HQ, you can now return to the gathering hub. That is actually a pretty good update. I like that. Wait, so what can you actually... No, yeah, I know that, but what can you actually get from the Plains of Eidolon?
A lot. There's resources, there's fishing, there's the mining, just use drill on rocks.
Yeah.
Fuck tons of enemies depending on the difficulty of the thing. But say like you choose to do the hardest, which is the level 60 to 80 quest, all enemies on the entire plane could be at that level. If you want to go Eidolon hunting, don't go on that difficulty.
So can you get lots of resources and mats?
Yeah, yeah. By the sounds of it, if I started on the PS4, I'd actually catch up.
Probably. I'm not even that far in, bro. I've literally just got to Ceres.
Ceres.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty far in. You're past Earth.
Yeah, it's a junction from Phobos, but it takes about a couple hours to get to it. It just took me that long because I was struggling to find those nodes you had to scan to unlock the junction. I couldn't find any on the map because they're randomly spawned, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. Those fucking weird crystal white ones.
Like dealing with enemies, I've had no problem because I started off with war in there.
By the way, get it over.
Is he like the new top frame?
You know, who's the first one I smite? When you're at level 30 and you've got a bit of power strength, just a little bit, it has a percentage of how much health it rips off of the enemy. It does default of like 35, and then enemies within the area, those little orbs, little white spot things, will hit enemies. If it's only a boss, it comes back at the boss. So 35% of your energy. Also, there's 35% damage in the air. Bang! That's 70% of the damage, you know?
That's quite a lot of power.
Yeah. Very fucking
To be
powerful.
honest, if you start on the PS4, you wouldn't have to get everything all over again. Because you only got everything on the Xbox now because you didn't know what was good.
I didn't even
But you didn't know what was really good, did you?
Prime mods are good. I like the prime mods. They're good.
Well, that's really the only thing that you need to super collect again is the mods. Weapons you can just buy, level up, and sell. Which is what I do. Shit, I need to use a voucher because I need... Well, I might try and capture it this time.
I just like my arm stripping the oh, plus the whole syndicates are a pain in the ass. When they first came on, you had like infinite amount of standing to get in a day.
Yeah.
Now you're limited.
Well, you have to do those certain missions, don't you? Those events that pop up. What about those paths you can pick?
There's things in the campaign, the quest.
You know when you find the Tenno, your Tenno, and then Lotus makes you pick one of those talent trees? You know, you got one that can fire a giant laser beam. Yeah, you...
Focus farming, you need Naramon.
Have they fixed the focuses yet? Because that was still in beta when I would last play Warframe on the Xbox.
Yeah, my dash makes like a big circle and then people can support it to get energy and shit. Oh, plus I have arcades on the Xbox. And they were very expensive. But you can idle on farm them.
Yeah.
But basically raids are gone, there's no more raids. You know, that's something that's never gonna happen in World of Warcraft, but Warframe doesn't have raids.
Don't need it, you got Eidolons.
Yeah, you can get them off
They're basically raid bosses, aren't they? Moving, roaming, angry raid bosses.
Just trying to fix them, so. But the new two are fucking very powerful. One's all about giant fucking. You know Mirage's disco ball?
Yeah, I remember you used to be in love with Mirage.
That has lasers. Yeah, that disco ball is nothing compared to it. It has like these beams that come down from the sky, and it has like this thing that spins around, shooting beams all over the place. Yeah.
What, have they buffed the disco ball of Doom?
Not hers, I'm on about hers, I'm on about the freaking islands.
Oh.
Look guys, the fucking Titans. You seen Attack on Titans 2's coming out? No, it's already out.
You mean the game?
Game.
You know what? I'm going to disappoint you right now. It's just the first game. Yeah, with a longer story that goes into the second season. And the only thing which I've heard people say which is good about it is that you don't play as any of the main characters from the series. You make your own character and he goes through the series with them. Yeah, it's the same game. It's the first game with a couple extra features and nothing special. And it's glitchy as fuck. I've seen a lot of bugs.
Like that armored fucking Titan.
I know who he is.
Take that if you've got your level up a little bit.
I know who the Armored Titan is. And the Giant Titan.
I'm looking forward to seeing the next part, the next series.
You know they've started making... You know there's episodes right out now. There's one episode The main character looks different from the original Tokyo Ghoul. At least his hair does. It's still white, but it's like fuzzy. That was awesome. Wait, is it the same main character from the first season? Well, he's grown up a bit, hasn't he? You do get to see the old him, though, at one point. Because he's in... I won't spoil it, but he's... No, the one where he first first time his hair goes white. He basically is about to go into a fight, and then you see, like, an old him come over his shoulder and go, "Just let me in." Well, Tokyo Ghoul was always psychological with What's-Her-Face trying to... Like fucking... I'm waiting for the new series of Seraph of the End. Yeah, look how long it took him to finish Naruto. But then again, I prefer not to talk about Naruto. It's like what, Aang? Aang doesn't have a daughter. Aang doesn't have a daughter. Oh, he does have a daughter, but Korra isn't his daughter. No, I remember, because I remember Aang had 3 children. He had two were airbenders, or one was an airbender, one was a waterbender, and the one he named after Boomy was just like a normal dude. He couldn't bend. But Korra's not his daughter. Korra's his reincarnation. Yeah, Korra's his reincarnation, not his daughter. Technically, they're the same people. It'd be interesting to see, like, what are they gonna do, though? He's not just master the elements. He can take people's bending away. No, remember what he does to the Fire Lord Ozai? He took away his bending. He learned it from a giant fucking turtle. No, they were friends until the end of their days. Because it makes no mention of that. They have almost finished the 3rd game of God Eater. You can dual wield God Arcs. They can burst now. You know, like we can do? They can devour and burst, like we can. No, they devour like we do, and then they get in burst mode. You know, when you're faster and you do a little bit more damage. But now they've added something called Link. But now they've added Link for the players, so like 2 people can link, which sort of like boosts them. Yeah, except that was just like a screen. Your screen froze while it did a little rotation around you. You were connected by magical lightning. And then there's that Dark Souls anime game that's coming out, which I'm really looking forward to. Which is Code Vein. What?
You got to say
Huh.
There are, you remember ages ago you used to be loads of games like that?
Well, you could complete Mario, like the Super Nintendo Mario game, in like under a minute.
Yeah.
Because it's a glitch. You just jump, you do a couple things, and then you jump, and then boom, you go from the first level to the last level. You know, people are still discovering things like that from games, like from the Mortal Kombat game. I think it was like the PS1 or something. I'd laugh my ass off. Well, it didn't really matter what weapons you used on that game. Like, don't forget, Rebellion is your first weapon on Devil May Cry 3 Awakening, and that can last you the whole game. Rebellion's a beast sword. And Virgil only ever uses one sword, Yamato. Yeah, Virgil is Dante's brother. And supposedly, with a lot of strong evidence, Nero's father. You know the playable character from number 4? There's a lot of strong evidence and theories that quote Virgil is Nero's father, and there's actually a little hint towards it in Virgil's DLC in the special edition of Devil May Cry 4, because as he's walking into the town where the game takes place in number 4, a woman stops and looks at him, and it's just like, okay, is that meant to be his mother? Are they fucking with us? It does make a lot of sense, because it would explain why Dante left Yamato to him, even though he said it's got to stay in the family. If Dante knew, if it's true, it might just be like people looking into it too much, but it would make a lot of sense. I mean, Nero is like a bit like Dante, but a bit more serious and less of an asshole when he was his age. And it would explain why Nero has a bit of Sparta's power. And there's this one bit where, you know, when he sort of loses it and he forms Yamato?
Yeah.
There's this bit where he's walking towards the dude going, I heard a voice out my head that said, power, give me more power. And that's sort of like Virgil's thing, because he became a bit power hungry. Because he couldn't protect their mother. Whatever, I can't remember what fucking Dante's and Virgil's mother was called. I know a lot of people have been talking about they're making a DMC2, and every time I hear it, it's like, no! No, a DMC. It was a company that made a new Devil May Cry game, but it was weird. And they sort of took a lot of biblical references, like in that Dante and Virgil were Nephilim. Their mother was an angel, and their father was a demon. Same. Especially because one boss was a giant head in a TV. In this Devil May Cry, he isn't. No, Dante in normal Devil May Cry isn't part angel, part demon. He's part human, part demon. He's a half-breed. Same as Virgil. Because their mother was human, and their father was demon. That's why supposedly Dante's supposed to be weaker than normal demons, yet he just kicks everyone's ass. He can though, he can fist fight. He gets the punch, and he gets, well, Ifrit and Beowulf, his fist And I can't remember what the ones were called from Devil May Cry 4, but he's got like an armory of weapons if he keeps them all. And gun-wise, he's got grenade launchers, he's got shotguns, he's got laser guns. He's got a thing which goes on his shoulder that lets him launch spikes. How much is Stardew Valley on the PS4 anyway? No room on my laptop. I don't mind getting on the PS4 because there's no room on my laptop and I've got to make space for the new Total War. But yeah, I need to keep the room on my laptop for Total War. 3 Kingdoms. Yes, and more. You got to see a lot of famous generals in it though. There was definitely Yuan Shao, or one of them I definitely reckon was Yuan Shao. One looked like Sun Jian, and one of them was definitely Liu Bei, Zhang Fei, and Guan Yu. No Zhao Yun. I need my lover boy. I need Zhao Yun. Poster boy of Dynasty Warriors, but still one of the best characters. No, I just think like him in Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Like he obviously wasn't that amazing. He wasn't that amazing in real life, obviously, but in Romance of the Three Kingdoms, he's a beast. Like that cannot be denied. The well, supposedly in... Yeah, obviously it's not like the game where he can swing his... Well, he was in real life. He was very good with a bow. But the thing in Romance 3 Kingdoms though is that most of it isn't actually true. So like there's a couple of No. Romance of the Three Kingdoms was written by a general. And what it is, think of it as 2 parts historical, 1 part fictional. Because there are characters which in Romance of the Kingdoms which didn't exist, battles which didn't happen, events which never happened. But it's still the same general idea. It still follows the same events, but there are things in that which never happened. So, you know, it still ends with Jin rising up and conquering all 3 kingdoms and entering the Jin dynasty. But it's like, you know, the oath in the Peach Garden. There's no, like, all battles and that were put on documents. So they were kept, so that's how they know. But there's no document to say the Peach Garden was actually happened. It could have, or it could have just been the duo, you know, Liu Bei, Guan Yu, and Zhang Fei were just together so long they were like brothers, close as brothers. And it's like, you know, but it's the Romance 3 Kingdoms it still follows the same events. It's just there are things in it that don't actually happen. And don't forget there's magic in Romance 3 Kingdoms. Subtle magic. Yeah, but there is magic. Well, Dynasty Warriors is Romance of 3 Kingdoms. It's based off Romance of 3 Kingdoms. That's why Guan Yu can swing his halberd and kill like 50 people. And I know I was reading up the story of the thing when they were going to invade, well, the coalition against Dongzhuo was happening, and I was comparing it to real life. You know how there was like the multiple battles with Lu Bu? Fucking hell, I'm getting my ass kicked here. Guess which general it was that kicked his ass twice. Just take a guess. No, who kicked Lu Bu's ass twice in real life, not in Romance 3 Kingdoms? Because in Romance 3 Kingdoms, it was the battle between Zhang Fei, Guan Yu, Liu Bei, and Lu Bu, which made Lu Bu retreat. Dian Wei did fight him in real life, yes, and he did put up a good fight, but no, it wasn't Juju. Sun Jian trounced Lu Bu's ass. Crushed by a boulder. No, it was crushed by a boulder in one game, and then he was shot with an arrow in another. Because in the third game, he was crushed. He was crushed with a boulder. All you could see was his arm. He was just like, oh my god. Someone called Chris Redfield. Zhao Yun. No, what was it, like Zhao Yun's cutscene? No, Zhou Yu's cutscene where he's like, Zhuge Liang, the wind. It's like, what? That told me nothing. But in like, I think in the actual like Romance 3 Kingdoms one, that Liu Bei took a force, camped outside Yuan Shao's camp, and basically came up outside their tent and they said, I'll fight anyone who comes out. Killed a bunch of generals. He was about to kill Gon Sun-zan, then Zhang Fei insulted him, and then they fought for like 50 rounds. And then Guan Yu jumped in, and then that's when Liu Bei jumped in. Because that was the whole thing in Romance 3 Kingdoms. They had those bouts, and whoever won, their morale of their army was supposed to go up. Even though technically, them three ganging up on Lu Bu isn't a victory! It's cheating! Well, that was the thing in Romance 3 Kingdoms, is a lot of it was obviously romanticized, so there were like these huge epic duels in the middle of a battlefield. I think the heroes will play a big role in the 3 Kingdoms games as like I reckon it's going to be like they're going to be really strong, but they're not going to be Dynasty Warrior level strong. Yeah, but it's based off No, because don't forget, it's based off Romance of the 3 Kingdoms, which means Romance 3 Kingdoms wasn't realistic. It had magic. It had generals who were capable of taking on the fucking world. And if it is based off that, then I reckon it's going to be like, you know, the trailer. I don't know if you've seen it. Where Liu Bu is just cutting down soldier after soldier before Zhang Fei doesn't volunteer to fight him. Liu Bei taps him on the shoulder and sends him after him. Like a fucking attack dog. And Guan Yu as well. And it's just like, I reckon that's what's going to be like heroes are going to be quite strong, but not Warhammer level strong. Yeah, but I don't think it's going to work that way. If it's like the Romance 3 Kingdoms, Zhao Yun, I won't have to. They get ran past an entire army to rescue Liu Shan. Yeah, well, I know it'll hurt. I'm not gonna get the. I'm not getting these angina things. Does that mean we can get married?
We can get married, or you can marry someone else and marry someone.
There's no mermaid. It's not.
No, mermaid.
There's no heaven.
Wizard, you can marry the wizard.
There's no harvest moon. Wait, isn't there a witch in that game?
Marry the witch. There is a witch, but I don't think you can marry her. She was married to the wizard that he's done before. No, he's not a wizard, he's a warlock.
Harvest Moon was awesome. There was a mermaid. There was a crazy mining lady who got really happy when you brought her ores.
And they found a really cool trick on the game. You name your character and all that. Item codes like 174 or something like that. Every time your name gets said, you know, hey, 174 or whatever, you'll instantly get that item in your inventory.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. Like late fucking game stuff. Worth fucking thousands. And you can name animals those codes as well. And when they're sleeping, it's like so and so is asleep, so and so is sleeping. You just carry on getting those items. Oh my god, you share a farm? I don't think you share currency, I've got your own currency. I don't know.
Yeah, but in that game you just fished for money. You just fished.
I'm marrying Pam. I like Pam. That's the town drunk. She gives you cauliflower and cheese, man. I fucking love cauliflower and cheese. And it's easy to please her. She's an alcoholic. Give her beer. Give her beer. And if we don't get married, you can marry the obnoxious one, the fucking blonde. Like shiny things like fucking diamonds and whatnot. But on the PC you can get fucking mods like you can get a tractor and shit. Tractors a lot. Still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, just responding to a comment.
Was that one of your teammates?
No, it's a YouTuber I watch, Luna Knight. I always like stop, watch their videos and leave a comment.
Hey, freaking, I was watching like the Rio and freaking, he commented back. Love the way YouTubers back.
Wait. Yeah, I need Angina.
How much he hates this YouTuber when he was trolling himself. It was fucking fun. Like, he doesn't look back in frame, he builds a shit and stuff like that. It was like, stop thinking into yourself.
I don't even know if I'll get that Warhammer 40k game. Because I've got the actual game based off the board game. Ascension, and in that I can play my favourite chapter. I know, it's not that, it's just I can play Ascension and I can be my favourite chapter, the Salamanders, which is like golden for me. Ah, I need these. Give me your fangs. I'll have to capture you. Wait, I don't even have I don't have enough tranks to capture you.
So how do you actually capture monsters then?
You put a trap down, they step into the trap, and then you throw tranquilizer. You use trank bombs, or you shoot them with trank shots.
The worst thing to do is when like flying creatures come in and fuck it up.
You can't capture elder dragons though.
After he was doing a hunt yesterday, trapping one of those weird little fish face looking things that jump into the lava, jump out and spit fire.
Oh, Lavasoft.
Oh, they look fucking weird. It's a fish with legs. It's weird, like end end-game fucking creature, which you verse the final mission, you verse 2 of these weird dragon-looking things. Came down and freaking started spitting fire and ripping the shit out of everything, and he's like, I'm trying to fucking catch this fish. Like he was on his own with a fucking insect glaive. That dragon thing is a fucking beast, full of scales and shit.
But
But yeah, you cannot get overpowered on that game. You can get really good synergy.
you can get powerful, but no, the monsters scale very well, especially when you get up to Devil Joe.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that thing is fury incarnate. Have you seen it can pick up monsters and use them as a weapon?
We got
No,
this.
I didn't get to see that.
It picks up monsters and uses them as clubs.
That's why you want to fucking farm the shit out of that guy, huh?
No, I just want to fight it, just because I hate it. It needs to die. No, no, it just needs to die. Like, there's a monster in the older games that looks like a crap. It looks like a bird or a duck, but what it does. Nah, they just. I think they all decide by themselves. Maybe they'll do a vote thing. Who can say? Cooking and other things.
Not crafting stuff though.
They used to be in the old game,
Well, if you can catch them with a net, it's kind of.
but you can't do that in the old game because you didn't have a little wrist launcher.
What the fuck is wrong?
If you didn't have a little wrist launcher, which made life so easy.
What was the net used for? Catching like little animals?
There was no net in the old games. It was the only net you had in the old games was a bug net,
Yeah.
which is just for catching insects. And unlike this game, they broke.
Oh, back in the day they broke.
Yeah, well, when you used a mine pick, there was a small chance it could break.
Yeah, yes, unless you were using the cat.
Yeah, well, that's why the cat was such a godsend for gathering, because you could just you never had to worry about running out of mine picks. I wonder if they'll do another community design frame. Because Nova was the community design frame, wasn't it?
Can't remember.
Yeah, it was Nova. It's got a very 70s look. Looks like it's one of those disco suits. But it's still pretty powerful.
A lot of good skins.
Yeah, and the ability to control matter. uh...
And I just beat the blue eyes there. Two-headed blue eyes.
Let's put on some poison coating.
You should get this Yu-Gi-Oh game. You can have legit cards. Not bad shit. You can have
I don't know. I still like Yu-Gi-Oh, but it just... I do like Yu-Gi-Oh still, but I've grown to get pissed off with it because it's just like, build a good deck, but I don't get the cards I want. So it's just like, No, I mean I don't draw the card I want. RNGesus. No. Yeah, but at least on Warframe I can just go around smashing things in the face to make myself feel better. Yeah, but but someone figured out the formula that the rewards work in A, B, and C is the best rewards. So all you need to do is stay 4 waves or, 20 minutes in a survival. Jesus Christ, this thing's... I've been playing Warframe too long. I keep thinking I'm going to hit this button, I'm going to use Ethereal Blade. I keep thinking my bow's going to crit and just like knock him out in one shot. And then I remember, this is Monster Hunter. Slightly more unforgiving. They don't need to, they have Elder Dragons, they're living forces of nature. Oh no, TV's gonna turn off. Well, no, you can't actually fight it, it's too big. Even though you have fought things which are literally the sizes of mountains. Because you don't really kill the those Elder Dragons, you just fend them off. Most of the time. It's like, we didn't kill it, we just scared it off, and this thing just killed me. I failed completely that round.
Knowledge is your best weapon and defense. Make sure you vet up on all the monsters in the monster field guide.
Oh, that was just terrible. Yeah, Joey's deck was like RNG on top of RNG.
Yeah, but a lot of his anime cards on there are quite powerful.
1000 Year Dragon was a good dragon back in the day. And Red Eyes.
Red Eyes has got so much support. He's got rituals, he's got fucking fusion.
Yeah, well, he's like one of those iconic monsters now, isn't he? Because he's been around since Gen 1. Like Dark Magician and Blue Eyes.
Oh, Dark Magician's got fuck tons of fucking support.
Yeah, well, he needs it. He's a magician. Tech Yeah. Technically magicians need it though, because magicians aren't that powerful. Like, I think the strongest magician is only 3,200. It's that, that one that Yugi uses in the movie, The Pyramid of Light. That's why magician monsters use a lot of tokens and stuff, or spell chips or whatever they were called. Spell counters, yeah, spell counters. Because then you could just proc a magic card or an ability still need to watch the new season of Ruby. Well, so do I, but I like watching Ruby anyway because it's comedy. And then if I want real comedy, I watch like Red vs. Blue. Isn't it just he beats everything in one punch until he gets to like the last episode and then he stops beating everything in one punch?
There's only one.
What's it called? I don't remember that one. Oh, so it's like the five-headed dragon. That just sounds like the five-headed dragon. Yeah, if it's not affected by traps, you mean? Because this game, because most days Yu-Gi-Oh! Is traps and magic card game. Especially if you're versing somebody with a deck like... Well, if that's the case, then yeah, that's pretty cool, but most days it's like... Well, monsters and traps and magic. Could be. Alright, good night, Mom. Alright. Dinosaurs should have one.
Nope, they've got 3,500 attacker, but not...
Oh, one sec. Phone call.
there. Fuck.
Say?
You back?
Yeah, I'm back. I just had a phone call. You know, this stream's going to sound weird if anybody watches it, because it sounds like I'm just talking to myself. Because you haven't got the option to turn on the option so they can hear you. It only just came to my mind that it's just going to sound like I'm talking to myself. No, they do have Rose Dragon. Fucking hell, I got killed again. I'm doing terrible this round.
So not only is he talking to himself, he's getting raped. You remember Beta, the Magnet Warrior, and all those guys?
Yeah, he was made up of 3 different monsters, wasn't he?
Very powerful fucking fusion now. 4,000 attacker.
I remember Beta the Magnet Warrior was made up of 3 different monsters, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Gamma.
But they had an upgrade. Those guys had an upgrade. Pyro.
Wasn't it Gamma, Alpha, and Beta Warrior?
Yeah. Machine. Whoops, quite a few. Cyber End. My baby. The Chaos Ancient Gear Giant. A to Z Dragon Blaster Cannon. I don't remember you guys having 4,000 damage. Oh no, you didn't want this.
He doesn't need it. He owns his own island. And he has money. Wait, he blew up Dual Academy Island? Oh, but he has Dual Academy. He has Dual Academy Island. Gurren Lagann. Did you say Gurren Lagann? Gurren Lagann. That's an anime. Gurren Lagann.
Yeah.
It's really weird. Zombie Stain. Do you Stain or Stein? It's not bad. Oh. By the way, people, I'm not, to anyone who watches this, I'm not talking to myself. I have someone else in the party. He just hasn't turned the option on so others can hear him. I do talk to myself, and I do answer myself. I have disagreements with myself. There are times when I sit in my room There are times I sit in my room and I have a full-on debate with myself. Yeah, that was weird when they turned the Norse gods into Yu-Gi-Oh cards. How the hell do you summon that?
That big thing, the dark patch.
Oh, that...
But if someone is eye,
Yeah, I remember.
dark has the most broken deck in every
I remember now. Still didn't get under that fang. Still didn't get under that fang. I mean, it was practice for using the bow again because I haven't played this game in a while. What's the matter, fat dog? Hmm? You taking all my pillows again? Mm-hmm.